Hello and welcome to Sims Life channel. This week we're going to be doing Leader of the Pack Aspiration and, shocker, she finishes it, and we're going to go into Paragon Partner Drama because this aspiration is forcing Lilly to cheat. So let's see what she can do with this week of chaos. So after we had finished nectar making, 25k short from last video, we spun our wheel and we got Leader of the Pack, which does require growing together. And you can click on this with your social tab on the bottom and join club. There's going to be so many different clubs you can join or apply for invites. I'm going to do Powerhouse because I'm going to duel this with the athletic aspiration. So we joined the club and we spent our talent points, so that you'll get club points for doing things, and that got us to level 2 of the aspiration, and it's going to make us do things with the club and also talk about the club. So when you start a gathering, all the members are going to show up to where your gathering focal point is. And you can do it at your own Sims house or at a different location. So we need to do swim or work out in order to get club points. So we already got 5 club points on just being here. So now we have 10 points and so forth. So it says perform 10 activities, which I'm just going to go bounce between both machines until we hit 10, and be in a club gathering for 12 hours. This doesn't have to be straight 12 hours. You can stop and go and stop and go. And we're going to just see how far I can get with my needs. So we have 3. We've already in there for 1 hour. And there was the awkward hug because I'm cursed from spell. It's really annoying. There are 4 members total, and we can add 2 more to the club as well. Yeah, let me know in the comments, what is your favorite club that you really enjoy doing in The Sims 4. I've done Powerhouse before. I've also done the cooking one and the games one. Those names are like escaping my mind right now. But you can also join multiple clubs. It doesn't have to be just one club, which is kind of cool. So if you're really loving that social aspect, you can do multiple different clubs as well. And we are at 9 activities. Hooray, we just hit 10 because we're just bouncing between 2 machines. And then we just have to stay in this club for 12 straight hours, which we're not doing too bad. It's just my hygiene, because obviously I'm working out. And I love how those club points are just racking up. Because further down, one of the aspiration goals is that I think we have to have 750 club points or 1,000. So we're going to save those up and we're not going to spend any club points. And we do have Ash, who is a child, and then we have our other 5 children that are all toddlers. So I'm kind of wanting to bring them here so they can work on their skills. In order for me to age up a toddler, they have to have all 5 skills maxed out, and then a child has to have all their aspirations. So I'm going to bring Ash here so he can actually start introducing himself to the adults, because Social Butterfly requires him to meet 5 new friends and have 2 adult friends and 3 children friends. So why not have him start his aspiration and then send him home so he can take care of his needs. But it seems like his social is really bad anyway, so we're gonna level up that social. So now we have 140 club points, and we've only in hour 2, I believe. I'm gonna have Gardena come with us too, and on her handy dandy iPad, we're going to level up some of her skills. I love the taller iPad. It lets you do all 4 of the skills all in their hand, so they don't have to play with 1,000 things, and they won't break from the iPad until you cancel out the action, which is kind of nice too. So yay, he got into his next level, and it says make a BFF, but in reality we're just going to talk to a bunch of people If I can make someone a BFF while he's here, that'd be great. But we'll see how well that works. Multitasking is all about this challenge for sure. Use the bathroom. Someone wants to give me an awkward hug again. I love fitness. Love that you do, because we have been out of shape for too long, having all these babies. If you haven't followed along, we had 6 girls previously, and they've all moved up to young adults and moved out of the house, and now we're on the next round of 6 babies, so we have 12 children total. And apparently I have a fan, and she just passed out, so that's cool. And we need to take a shower, like, desperately. Brisk shower. He's confident. Apparently she's talking to one of the strangers, or just babble. Babbling is great because she can level up her communication skill when she's working on another skill completely. Run on the treadmill. So we made it to 12 hours. Now we're going to achieve a level 5 career skill, which we have. We're going to talk about clubs with 5 club members. So we're just going to start talking. So we've got 1 club member here. And we're going to praise the leader. She also belongs into another club too. Looks like I need to go talk to other people. Doesn't necessarily say, but it says 5 club members, so we're going to go talk to him. So that's another one. Where's the other 2 club members at? Where did you guys go? Go here together. When in doubt, make them all come to you. So we're going to talk to him. So Marcus is actually the club leader, so he's got this little golden crown on top of his little avatar thing. And we're going to talk about Powerhouse. Okay, we're at 4 out of 5, and we're going to add another member. Make this even easier. Oh, where did you go? Sad they're not there. Oh, it's because I don't even know this person. Well, now I do. Introduce yourself, even though you have things. There we go. And I do have a trait that once you greet them, their relationship bar is way high. So lead a club with 8 sims, and we have to earn 1,000 club points. So because it's going to take me a while, we're just going to also work on bodybuilder aspiration since we already at a gym. And it says push the limits for 1 hour while energized. And she just went from energized to happy, so that's not cool. We're going to take a brisk shower because that's going to put us back into energized mode. And then we're going to finish working out. So club points, we're at 511 now. And go back up here, and we're going to push the limits again. Because why not multitask when we just have to wait for the club points to join? And Ash went to school. Very energized. I think we can do it. Ash has met someone. Yay! Next one is go jogging for 2 hours and spend 10 hours exercising. Well, I already spent 12 hours, so why not another 10? So we're at 596. I'm going to end gathering because I have to go to my class. And we're going to stay here. So from school, we've done our schoolwork, we got the toddlers settled. So we're going to have a gathering at this house because we do have a gym in our basement of our apartment complex. And this way I can actually control the toddlers and Faiz and have him help out the toddler needs. Because when I came back from that 12-hour gym session, all the toddlers were just really not happy, and it took me a while to get them back to right. So the more we can do on this lot, so much the better. And we, of course, want to make sure that they are learning as much as possible because we want to age them up as soon as we could. So now that we are gathering here, we're also going to talk about Powerhouse. And we can do a yoga session. So I rearranged the floor so we can do some yoga. And I also added dance and listening to music for our good things. And then I convinced the leaders to overthrow Marcus, so I'm actually the club leader. It took me some doing, but we got it done. So that way we can dance and listen to music and do yoga, all for club points. And we have 849 points now. 854. So once we get to 1,000, we can buy the other 2 slots and then just add people. Super cool. They actually tipped me for doing the yoga. And we're going to work out because as many points as we can. And we're all dancing. So we finally got to 1,000, and now we're going to buy these 2 perks so we can add these random people to our leader. So leader of the pack is completely done, and that is in a nutshell how we complete this aspiration. And we spun the wheel and got to Paragon Partner, which is under Love. This does require Love Struck expansion pack for this aspiration to happen. So we have to discuss romantic boundaries with someone, have 2 or more partners, have 2 or more satisfied relationships, and go on 3 dates with a partner sim. So sounds pretty juicy because we have to have 2 partners, not just 1. So since Marcus is pretty good at our relationship right now, I think I'm gonna just kind of hit on him and see where this goes. There is a social interaction where it says relationship, and you'll be able to see that, but relationship is pretty big on this part of aspiration. And hopefully he doesn't start hating me. So we're gonna go, well, I guess the date's not gonna work for us because he's not an actual partner yet. So lots of flirting we need to do. We also need to get him actually good. Hooray! Fuchsia just did all of her skill levels. So we are going to age her up. Super excited. I'm also going to have her run around a little bit, so maybe I can unlock that aspiration. But we saved her cake. It's probably really gross, but all we're doing is blowing out the candles at this point. I think it's still good. We're going to pick her up and we're going to celebrate. Yay! Happy birthday, Fuchsia! And now we have 2 children in our household. So she went from inquisitive to outgoing. That sounds about right. And she got to level 2 on all of her skills, so. And we jumped around for secrets. We had to help one of the apartments. They were flooding, but we've snooped in his drawers, and he's aiding and abetting, and he found a whole case of money, and he panicked and he threw it over the bridge. Crazy things. And then here's the ghost that we had to confront in the haunting. So secrets, we have to find a tiger inspection badge, blackmail a sim, and break into a home. So because we know his secret, I think we're just gonna blackmail him so we can just get this over with. So here he is. Shockingly, like, we don't really know him, but he rents an apartment from me. Interesting. All right, friendly gossip, and then you can confront someone with a secret through the gossip. And then, of course, they're not going to be very happy with that. And to blackmail, it's not actually in gossip. I'm trying to think. It's not in deep thoughts. Oh, there it is. It's like the first one. So we're going to blackmail him because we know about his case of money. And we got 100 sim loans for it. Worth it? Probably not. So that's pretty interesting. So if you're broke and you don't need a job, just find secrets and blackmail people. That works too. So yay, we discussed romantic boundaries with Faiz, and everything triggers jealousy with him. So in relationship tabs, you can ask more, see how far your relationship is progressing, and if they're not feeling satisfied, why is that? So he is not feeling satisfied. Is very low, improve it. About turn on, turn offs. Be mindful not to be mean or violate any romantic boundaries. He has been threatening me with divorce multiple times throughout the weeks because for whatever reason we're really low. So then let's go back to Marcus because we need to have 2 or more partners and have 2 or more very satisfied relationships. And we're going to work on him as well. So they just woohooed in the sauna. So they're pretty steamy right now. Oh, we're doing all right, I guess. Nothing particularly wrong. So what am I doing wrong here? Ask about physical attraction, flirt, romance, partners, personalities. So his turn-ons are broke sims, highly skilled skims, art and craft skills, pet enthusiasms, but his turns-offs are performance skills. That does not make any sense. And we finished with a GPA of an A. Somehow I slipped up on one of the classes and I got a B. So sad. But now we are on our last semester of our Culinary Arts degree, and we are going to go with herbalism. So we have last 4 classes, and we'll graduate with this degree. And we went on a date with Marcus because we need 2 satisfied relationships, and we got him as a partner, and this is our first date of 3. So we have gold on this date already. We're working on it. So excited. Okay. So our satisfied relationship is actually with Marcus, not with Faiz, which is pretty sad because Faiz and Lilly has been married for weeks now, and he's not satisfied with Lilly. And I find out later that I had to change his turn on and turn offs for him to actually be turned on by Lilly, which is kind of sad, but it's all right. So while we're here, we're going to swipe this piano because we have to swipe $250,000 worth of sim loans of stuff, and it's a very long, drawn-out task because you can only swipe something every 6 to 8 hours in SimWorld, so you can't swipe anything else, which is annoying. So while we're here, we might as well swipe something. And we're going to go back onto the date because we want to make sure this aspiration is on for it to count. So if you're on another aspiration, it won't count as go on the 3 dates. But they're connecting emotionally. I think the date's going really well. The relationship is doing good. So she needs to see all these different options you have that I can't find. Make out. So one of her wants us to make out with him, so why not? And apparently in our relationship panel, he's actually a soulmate for her, whereas her husband, Faiz, is not a soulmate. So crazy things. Maybe baby number 13 might be with Marcus. We'll see. But yeah, they're pretty steamy right now. I like how there's a hot tub here. We got 50 more minutes. I wish when you hit gold, the date would give you an option just to end it early so I can like move on. But since we are also working on getting famous, why not have scenery? And let's do it where no one can see you. So that makes total sense. So we're gonna do the scene. This also helps them with fame. I don't know why the game's glitching. So above their skill sets, it's saying that he's getting um, like a toddler skill, whereas she's working on her drama skill. And I've been noticing this mostly a lot of this week, that it's not showing the proper skill being done. So yay, we made gold. That's 1 of 3. And then now we're on another date. So did you know you can select your own house as a dating location? For some reason, I did not know that. But I found that out on this date, which is great because then we didn't have to hire a babysitter or a nanny because that would violate one of our rules for this challenge. So we're actually on a date. They wanted to do working out. That was like one of their goals on this date. So that's what we did. And we got another birthday coming up. So Birch just had his birthday. I unfortunately did not hit the record button, but he had met all of his 5 skills. And now that he is a child, we're going to look at all of our aspirations. So for him to level up, age up to a teen, we're going to complete creativity, mental, motor, and social aspirations. And we've got Fuchsia. She is going to be doing her social butterfly aspiration. And we're just going to play catch up here for a second. She's also really tired, but we're going to have her create a friend in Kaito. And she's already reached level 7. They're still playing chess, so we're still on date number 2. And we're so close to ending it. So yay, we got a gold medal. And we're going to just do another date back to back so we can finish Paragon Partner aspiration before we end on Sunday in our sim world. So they're going to go on a second date. I think it's awesome that we can do the date at our own house. So again, we're going to click our house. We're going to confirm, and then all of our children still stay with us so we can keep on them. And of course, we did Lost Legacies challenge as well, but I'm going to skip over that because that's a whole nother video. So we are almost on the ending of our date. And congratulations, Paragon Partner has been completed. So hooray. Since we have about a day left in our sim world before we need to spin that wheel again, I'm going to try to finish Expert Nectar Maker, which was another whole video, and I was so close to finishing it. I think we're at like 25K left of selling wine. So we're going to actually finish that this week. And since Faiz is not needed for anything, he's going to be interacting with the children, getting their skills level up, and doing flashcards play. Apparently he's too exhausted to play with her. And then we've got Birch and Ash. They're working on completing their chess. You got to play chess 3 times and then read a book with an adult for 2 hours. And Birch, because he just aged up to a child, those are the first 2 quests in the mental challenge. And we still have 3 toddlers. And they are getting so close to aging up with one of them. So we're going to replenish their needs. Play some chess. So we've got 0 of 3 games so far. So we're going to start selling all this wine, this nectar. There's some more bottles. 89,000. Ooh, I'm so close. And we're going to sell this one for 640 simoleons. So we're at 94,000. And it's already Sunday. So we can do it. We're going to have her make a lot more nectar. And we're just going to power it out for that extra 6,000 simoleons. So we can do it. Here's this next batch. Let's see how much this is going to make us. So back to our inventory. Woo! we finally completed our aspiration of nectar maker. So we sold 100,000 worth of nectar. So we actually finished 3 aspirations this week. We did leader of the pack, we did Paragon Partner. So now that we had finished a full week in SimWorld, we're going to update our tracker. This tracker is just super helpful for me just to kind of gauge where I'm at with all the children, 100 baby challenge, 13 degrees, and 60 aspirations. So I've selected Ash. He's got 46 days to move until he ages up to teenager. Hopefully we can do that within the next week or so. Fuchsia, she has 50 days left for being a child. Then we've got Birch, who just aged up, so he's at 53 days. So pretty crazy. We were within 3 to 4 days each child aging up. And then we've got Gardena, so she's got 15 days, but we are currently going to be aging her up next week, so I'm super excited for that. And then we have Heather. She has 18 days before she ages up to a child, but hopefully next week we'll also age her up. And then we've got Iris. Ironically, no, they're not twins, but we had aged them up from being an infant to a toddler exactly at the same time because we were able to meet all their milestones. But hopefully we can do it again and they can age up at the same time. And then we've got Lilly. So in our person tab, you can see all your degrees, and you can see that we have done our drama, our art history, biology is done, communications is done, computer science is done, and on your work home tab, we are currently at 8 out of 12 credits. We have 3 more days left, and we will be graduating Culinary Arts. So that's going to be in next week's video. And then for as far as aspirations goes, we obviously did put a pretty big dent into it this week because we were able to complete 3 aspirations. Friends of Animals, we didn't do anything with. We didn't do anything with this yet. We haven't done Championship Rider at all, but we did do Day Valiant. So we have completed Chief of Mischief, and we also have Master of Grudges. We'll see how far we get with the 60 aspirations before we dive into any of that. As far as family, we didn't get anything done, but we did finish our expert nectar maker, so that has officially been completed, so hooray. And then we were also able to complete in our popularity tab leader of the pack, so that has officially been completed as well. That's down here. So leader of pack has been completed, and then we've also completed Paragon Partner, and that requires Love Struck expansion pack, and it is in love. So we were able to finish that aspiration as well. So we got 3 done just within 1 week. So we are really doing great on keeping track of the 60 aspirations. We do still have quite a far bit to go, and we will spin that wheel and see what our aspiration is for next week. So please hit that like button, hit subscribe so you can keep following the channel and the progression of the plant fills. Thank you so much for watching, and happy simming.